Tonight, we heard from Jody Benson, who is a recovering broker, founder of North End Real Estate, and recovering investor.
Wait, when she says that, what she means is I would do the look, oh my God, look at that property. And I would have all kinds of designs and I would go and chat with the people who own it. I've sent letters. You know, that's what you do. When you're a real estate investor, no holds barred. You're addicted. You want to buy something, right?
And so that's what Jody did. She went hard out into real estate investing for decades, and she did it very successfully, to the point that tonight she's not only shared her story, but she shared some of her highs and lows and key learnings and some of the strategies that she's employed along the way. And so what we learned about was you started when Idaho was about to be number 5 in foreclosures. So the market in some ways was on your side. And one of the things that you learned that you shared with us tonight was a reminder to treat our investments as such. Treat them like investments. Many times we get hung up on whether our family would live there.
Exactly. Don't become emotional about investment properties. The one property that I am emotional about is the one I'm moving into, the little 2-bed, 1-bath. When I bought that, I knew I loved it. There you go.
So it's okay to be emotional about your purchases for yourself, but when it comes to real estate investing, hopefully along the way, you're running the numbers and treating them like investments. You're forecasting, you're learning your market and knowing the market, and knowing the market is also going to apply when it comes time to start planning your exit strategy and cashing out. As investors, we always want to sell when the market is strong. You don't know how long a market will be strong, but you can sell properties and you can reinvest your money in ways that you're still going to have what you need to retire. So investing now with the end in mind, so that you can be working on a plan, but then you can adjust that plan along the way.
Yep, exactly.
But in the meantime, you're going to want to have good insurance. You may play with rehab. You may use hard money to get where you need to go. You may consider, when you're exiting, you may consider an owner carry. If that's something that you're not afraid of, as a more passive approach to maintaining income, because you will want income when you exit. So a seller carry could do that. Paying off properties, which is something that Jody did. She's going to have money coming in from a seller carry note. She's going to have it coming in from properties that she's paid off. So her life has been simplified and hasn't sold everything. And then maybe she'll have other things, other means of income, whether we have retirement, Social Security, or other things. But having a budget so you know what you need to exit, and that will help you get over what sounded like the biggest hurdle of all, which is actually letting go of properties. When you're spending your whole life accumulating and working to be an investor, it's harder than we may think to sell them and to let go of that cash. But if you've got a plan for doing it, that would be a way to do that. And so Jody's going to keep a house, a loan that she's carrying the note on, in a duplex, but it's all going to be part of a little family compound. And that's how she's going to apply her exit strategy. So instead of constantly monitoring the market, which we should be doing while we're in it and when we're choosing to sell, she can be enjoying it.
Thank you. I plan to do that.
Enjoy it, Jody. Financial freedom. Thank you very much, AVID Investors. I'm Stacy with Swope Investment Properties. I appreciate all of you who tuned in via Zoom and everybody who's here in the room. Thank you. Oh yeah,
Does
Bobby.
anybody have resources for a template or how to leave owner carry?
You can work with your title company. Yeah, you can hire. Okay, the question is how to do an owner carry. So there are some mediocre at best realtor forms that can be used. You will need a warranty deed written up, and you can have some realtor forms, and Title I help you with a lot of the structure that should then reduce your attorney costs. And then you can use your attorney to sort of review everything and to work up the warranty deed.
I agree with her on that, yes. But make sure you put everything in the contract that needs to be there.
That's why I was wondering if there was a template about how does one know what everything.
Title I has a template, and there's a realtor form. And the other thing to know when you're doing an owner carry is that you will need to decide who's collecting the payments. And for a very reasonable fee, you can have Title I collect your payments and issue them to you. So there's not that personal watching the mail. You're getting it from Title I. You can have them do an escrow impound account to ensure that your taxes and insurance are also being paid as part of the payment, and you can have them disperse that, and it's a real nominal fee.
That's what I use, but in all, I've used Pioneer and Federal Ones, and they're amazing, and they do all your year-end tax stuff and everything. Okay, they don't have to do anything.
And Zoom World, Jody just said that that's exactly what she did for her owner carries as well. Other questions?
You said you had some insurance cards for the.
Yeah.
retirement plan?
So we also had, Jody was suggesting carrying good insurance, and then Bodie had some good questions on insurance. So I passed Renee's card. Did it make it to you, Bodie? I was passing it around the room, but I don't know if anyone knew I was passing notes.
I'll take one of those if you have it.
So last month at AVID Investors, and you can also find this on Zoom, was the Renee Goodwin of Payne West. And we have that presentation. I think you can hit me up for the PowerPoint and maybe some sort of a recording or summary we may have available. I do post sometimes the highlights on my Facebook page, Inflow Props, but I tend to not give away the farm. And so you can't count on always having access to a full video, but I do when I get them recorded, put them on YouTube. In any event, Renee also talked about how to up your insurance and make sure it's legit each year and watch it and run your numbers. Any other questions?